Hey everyone, it's Kylie. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kylie. I'm an American living in Portugal since 2022. I make videos about life, finance, and business here in Portugal as an expat. If that sounds good to you, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be covering what I spend in a month living here in Portugal. I'm going to be going over all of the major monthly expenses, including rent, food, and health insurance. And then I'll be comparing those individual expenses to what I probably would be spending each month on those same items if I was still living in the United States. I'm going to be covering each expense in both euros and dollars. Just keep in mind that currency exchange rates are fluctuating all the time, so depending on when you're watching this video, the value of each expense in dollars could be more or less depending on what the rate is at when you're watching this video. Lastly, if you do find this video valuable, please be sure to watch it until the end and then like it so that I know you're enjoying this type of content and I can continue to make more of it in the future. With that said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's cover the biggest expense I have every month, rent. I live in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in the Avenidas Novas neighborhood of Lisbon. My apartment came furnished with all of the most important furniture like a bed and couch, and it also came with the majority of the kitchen supplies that I needed. So pots and pans, silverware, all of the basics. In this apartment building, we have 24/7 security, laundry downstairs, and every unit has a balcony. Also, this entire apartment building was completely gutted a couple of years ago, so all of the appliances are pretty much new. In regards to the location of my apartment, Avenidas Novas is considered one of the higher end locations to live within Lisbon. Because of this, it does fall on the more expensive side of things for Portuguese standards. So what do I pay every month in rent? I pay 900 euros a month, which give or take comes out to about 960 US dollars. The next category is utilities. For me, my utilities fall into 3 main categories. First of all, I have a Wi-Fi, TV, and SIM card package, then electricity and water. This is typical for most people in Portugal. Some people, in addition to those, will have gas. However, gas is not very common here because it can be quite pricey to have in your home. I will say, though, that the cost of an electricity bill each month can be pretty high here, especially if you're the kind of person who has their air conditioning on all the time. Overall, the cost of electricity in Portugal is higher than in the United States and many other EU countries. So what do I pay for utilities each month? I pay about 45 euro for the Wi-Fi, TV, and SIM card package, an average about 15 euro a month for water, and then an average of about 50 euro per month for electricity. And that translates to about $47, $16, and 54 US dollars a month. Next is groceries. First of all, I want to say that I do eat most of my meals at home. I will go out for brunch, breakfast, lunch, or dinner a maximum of 3 times per week. I would say 2 on average. So I am eating most of my meals at home. So what do I spend on groceries every month? I spend around 280 euro every month, which comes out to 70-ish euros every single week. And that equates to just under 300 US dollars every month. Let's move on to transportation. To be honest, my primary mode of transportation here in Portugal is my feet. I'm lucky that I live in a location where pretty much all of my needs, plus the city center and all of the major attractions of the city, are within walking distance of my house. I don't have a car here in Portugal, and I don't plan on having one anytime soon. So if I'm not walking, I will usually take either the metro or Uber. If I'm not walking, my first choice of public transportation is always the metro. I use the metro probably on average like a couple of times a week. If the place I'm trying to get to is kind of isolated, it's late at night, or I'm in a rush, I will take an Uber here, and I probably take it on average 2-3 times a week. In an average month, I'll probably spend around 20 euros on the metro and 20 on Uber, which comes out to about 42 US dollars per month. Next, let's move on to health insurance. And this is a big one because I come from the United States and I'm self-employed. So when I came to Portugal, I knew that health insurance would be one of the biggest money-saving opportunities for me here. I won't get into the specifics of my healthcare plan because that can get a little bit complicated, but I will say that I do have a hybrid medical and dental plan. It costs me 25 euro per month, which comes out to more or less 26 or 27 US dollars every month. Okay, moving on, I'm calling this next category household/personal items. This is a pretty broad category and includes everything from household cleaning items to getting my nails done twice per month. This isn't really a super exciting category to dive into, so I'll spare you on that. However, for the ladies watching, when I was living in the United States, I almost never got my nails done because it was just way too expensive to get them done regularly and maintain the health of my nails. However, living here in Lisbon, I do go and get gel manicures twice a month because, of course, the cost here is significantly less. Overall, in this category, I spend about 100 euros per month, which more or less is about 106 US dollars. Let's move on to the gym and personal training. Regarding the gym, I have a membership at what I would consider to be more of a boutique gym. It's oriented towards classes and personal training versus the traditional type of gym where you have a bunch of free weights. If I had a membership at a more traditional gym here in Lisbon, I would certainly be saving money here. However, I just really love the place that I go to and the people there, so I splurge a little bit on this every month. So what do I spend every month on the gym and personal training? I spend 230 euro per month and I get unlimited classes and one session with my personal trainer every single week. Finally, let's move on to what I'm referring to as the fun category, and this includes everything from activities like renting a surfboard, going out to dinner, grabbing coffee every once in a while, getting my hair done every 6 weeks, buying a new outfit, you name it. While I do reserve some cash every single month for expenses related to fun, the great thing about living here in Portugal is you honestly can go out almost every single evening or weekend and have a really great time without spending any money. For example, one thing that my friends and I like to do is just pack food and take public transit to the beach nearby and just sit out, watch the sunset. There's so many things you can do here for free for a really great time. Additionally, when it comes to going out to eat, you can get the best, most amazing food. For example, like really fresh, traditional Portuguese seafood for very little money. Back when I was living in the Midwest, to get fresh seafood would have cost me like $50 to $100 a plate. But here I'm spending 10, 20 euro, which translates to about like $12 or $22 every single time I go out. So what do I spend in the fun category every month in Portugal? I spend about 200 euros, which comes out to around 214 US dollars. Now let's move on to the expenses that I would most likely be paying if I was still living in the United States and see how they compare to living in Portugal. So for the sake of this video, I understand that the United States is a huge country, and depending on where you live, costs of living are going to vary significantly. But for the sake of this video, the city I'm basing these monthly expenses on is Chicago, considering that's the most recent large city that I lived in. With that said, here's what I estimate I would be paying in monthly expenses if I was still living in Chicago. For starters, rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center, about $2,000 a month. Utilities, including my phone bill, around $200 a month. Groceries, $350. Transportation, including a monthly transportation pass and Ubers every once in a while, around at $150. Health insurance, I'm using the old plan that I used to have when I was living in the United States, $351 a month. Personal and household items, around $125 a month. And then a fun category, $300 a month. That brings my monthly total to $3,476 a month. To conclude this video, let's calculate the difference in my monthly expenses every month living in Portugal versus if I was living in the United States. The difference between my monthly expenses in the US and Portugal is $1,467 per month in savings. When you multiply that by 12, it comes out to $17,604 for the entire year. So that's what I save every single year just on monthly expenses by living here in Portugal. All right, everybody, that about does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you found it valuable, please be sure to like the video so that I know you're enjoying this type of content and I will continue to create more in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you back here on my channel next time. Bye.